please place a Kick Me sticky note on the back of the like button shirt. Also subscribe to this channel and turn on all post notifications so you don't miss any of my weekly uploads. Alright, let's get into today's stories.
Tammy Homolka was drugged and raped to death in December 1990 by her sister Karla and her fiancé Paul Bernardo, the murderous duo who would later kill at least 2 more girls. This film may be upsetting to some viewers due to the vivid explanations and/or visuals of violent, upsetting, or other potentially upsetting situations. The Ken and Barbie killers, a violent married pair named Paul Bernardo and Karla Homolka, terrified Canadians in the 1990s. Between 1990 and 1992, the gorgeous, blonde couple raped and murdered 3 young girls, including Tammy Homolka, Karla's younger sister. Tammy was actually the first victim of their crime wave. Bernardo insisted on having Karla's 15-year-old sister in December 1990 as a gift. She was drugged, raped, and her death from choking on her own vomit was covered up by the two. So, who was Tammy Homolka? What happened to her in December 1990? And how did the Ken and Barbie killers finally get caught? Born on January 1, 1975, Tammy Homolka had a perfectly normal childhood. She grew up in Ontario, Canada with her 2 older sisters, Karla and Laurie, and attended Sir Winston Churchill Secondary School, where she enjoyed playing soccer and running on the track and field team. By the time she was 15, Tammy's eldest sister Karla had started going out with a man Paul Bernardo. The two had what appeared to be a magnetic, cosmic kind of attraction. But their relationship was hardly a fairy tale. Bernardo, though outwardly charming, was known to the police as the Scarborough rapist. For 13 months between 1987 and 1988, he attacked 11 women across Scarborough. Investigation. He revealed his devious deeds to Karla, who indulged and encouraged him. But as his relationship with Karla intensified, Bernardo's eye turned to Tammy Homolka. He allegedly complained that Karla hadn't been a virgin when she met him, and sometimes made her say, "My name is Tammy. I'm 15 years old. I'm your virgin, and I want to marry you." Before long, the fantasy wasn't enough for Bernardo. Karla later testified that her fiancé decided that he wanted to have sex with Tammy, and he decided the only way he could have sex with her was to drug her. At trial, Karla Homolka claimed that she was totally against the idea, but agreed to let Paul Bernardo have sex with Tammy Homolka after he wore her down with threats and violence. Though some have reported that Karla gave Tammy to Bernardo as a gift, Karla insisted that it was all Paul's idea. She testified that he chose December 23, 1990, as the day of the attack. He said, "This is the day I want to do this. It would be a great Christmas present for me." I cried and begged him not to do it. He said, "No, we're doing it." And that was it. After the family Christmas party, Karla and Bernardo slipped Valium into Tammy's eggnog and rum. When Tammy passed out, Bernardo raped her while recording the assault with his video camera. Karla then placed a cloth soaked with halothane, an anesthetic she'd stolen from the animal hospital where she worked, over her sister's mouth. And when Bernardo demanded that Karla have sex with her sister, she did. But their plan took a deadly turn when Tammy Homolka started to vomit and choke. Though Karla and Bernardo panicked and called 911, they were too late. Tammy Homolka died on December 24, 1990, just days before she would have turned 16. "I couldn't believe it was true," Karla later testified. "I was totally devastated. I blamed myself for not being strong enough to tell him no." Their crime spree might have ended there, but doctors chalked up Tammy's death to an accident stemming from alcohol poisoning. Paul Bernardo and Karla Homolka were free to kill again, and they did. After killing Tammy Homolka, Paul Bernardo and Karla Homolka lay low for about 6 months. In June 1991, they abducted their second victim, 14-year-old Leslie Mahaffey. Bernardo kidnapped the girl, brought her home, and raped her for hours as Karla watched. One of them, Karla and Bernardo, later accused the other choked Mahaffey to death. Then, the murderous couple chopped up her corpse, buried her in cement, and tossed her body in Ontario's Lake Gibson. Mahaffey's remains were discovered just a few days later, on June 29, the same day that Paul Bernardo and Karla Homolka got married. Photos of the happy couple on their wedding day offer no clues about their horrific activities. Neither do they reveal that Bernardo's abuse of Karla had gotten worse. According to UPI, Karla testified that Bernardo was mentally and physically abusive, and that he even made her sleep on the floor. Despite this, the so-called Ken and Barbie killers killed together once more. On April 16, 1992, Karla lured 15-year-old Kristen French toward her car under the guise of needing directions, and Bernardo grabbed the girl from behind. They took her home and raped, beat, and killed her. By then, Paul Bernardo had given Karla ample reasons to leave him. He'd killed her sister, Tammy Homolka, abused her, and made her into a murderer. Karla finally left in January 1993, when her husband beat her so badly that she moved in with relatives. Karla told them everything, and they told the police. Karla admitted to the murders and said that Bernardo had made her help him. "If I didn't turn the water tab off completely, he'd hit me," Karla said. "If I didn't say the right thing, he'd hit me. He'd hold knives to my throat, he told me I better watch my back. He said, 'Always watch your back with me.' He was physically and verbally abusive to me." Paul Bernardo was sentenced to life in prison. Karla Homolka was sentenced to 12 years because of her cooperation. In 2005, she left prison after serving her sentence and is now married with 3 children. Her parents have said little about how one of their daughters killed the other. But in 2005, after Karla Homolka's release, her father suggested that he wouldn't be waiting outside of the prison to greet her. Thanks for watching. If you know more about any of these stories, do share in the comments section and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.